You've got big projects to tackle, but your day gets swallowed up by repetitive tasks and constant inquiries. It's hard to make progress when you're stuck putting out fires. That's where Element 451's AI assistants come in. Acting like an extra set of hands, you get your time back for the high-impact projects. Ready to reclaim your time? Visit element451.com/AI team to learn more.
Welcome back to The Hidden Gem. This is your host, Maya Demishkevich. And today we are diving into the fascinating story behind the recent rebranding at the Community College of Philadelphia. At the heart of this transformation are the lion statues, a powerful symbol of courage, bravery, and community pride. And I'm very excited to talk to Eve Markman, the Assistant Vice President for Brand Management and Operations at the college. She will share how these statues, along with other visual elements, were strategically introduced to foster a stronger sense of belonging among students and how they're already making a significant impact on campus. Welcome to The Hidden Gem, your go-to podcast that shines a spotlight on the strategic role of marketing and communications in shaping the future of community colleges. I'm your host, Maya Demishkevich, CMO at Carroll Community College. Every week, I sit down with community college leaders and industry experts to unpack strategies that work. We'll discuss practical insights and success stories to help you elevate your institution's profile and achieve your strategic goals. Tune in to amplify your community college's success, one conversation at a time. The Hidden Gem is part of the Unifying network, a robust collection of podcasts designed to help higher education professionals like you grow. Explore our other shows at unify.org or check out some of my personal favorites linked in the show notes below. Enrollify is made possible by Element 451, the leading AI-powered all-in-one student engagement platform helping institutions create meaningful, personalized, and engaging interactions with students. Learn more at element451.com. And let's get started. Welcome back to the Hidden Gem podcast. And today I'm very excited to have Eve, my friend from NCNPR. It's always great to have friends on a podcast because it just feels like, I don't know, a reunion in a way. So welcome, Eve.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here and I appreciate you having me on.
We have a lot to talk about, and I think it's a fascinating topic. I know that last year, Community College of Philadelphia underwent a significant rebranding effort. And I know it's quite an undertaking. I've been through one of those myself. So kudos to you and your team. You did an amazing job. Can you talk a little bit about what are the key factors that influenced this rebranding effort? And what were the primary goals that you were aiming to achieve?
We actually started thinking about the rebrand in late 2019, early 2020. And actually got the budget for it. The college hadn't rebranded in over 15 years and had changed a lot. You know, we had gone through a big transformation and felt like it was really time. It really needed to be refreshed and have people know who we are, where we are. On top of that, the college's previous brand only had a word mark. We didn't have any icon for a logo. So it was just Community College of Philadelphia in a specific typeface. It was very hard for people to get to know it and people to feel a connection to that. So that was a big factor in creating a new brand. So as we started the RFP process for the COVID pandemic hit, and we decided to just keep moving forward. So we did everything remotely. We interviewed branding companies and we started all of the work remotely. And then during that time, enrollments started to dip and we realized it was even more important to have this new brand and try to use it to create campaigns that would help build enrollment. It took quite a long time to complete the rebrand. The rebrand literally included everything from all of the marketing materials, new logo, a new website, And for the first time in the 30 years that I've been at the college, and this was my third rebrand, we looked at it in a holistic view and thought about not just the printed materials and the website, but also the environment and having a campus that showcased this brand and having experiences for students on campus that really helped them to interact with the new brand. We ended up with an icon, which we're really excited about, which is a large, bold P, because we are Community College of Philadelphia. And the P, the base of the P, is actually the number 1, because it stands for one college, one city, one community. And we hope that it really helps people remember our P over other things in Philadelphia.
Right. And for our listeners, if you have not seen the new logo and the new brand of the college, I do encourage you to go to their website, because it's bright, it's fresh, it really does stand out, and people, I think, are paying attention. As you're talking about this rebranding, I love that you decided to take a holistic approach and integrate experience into the rebranding process. And as part of the experiences, I saw your pictures on LinkedIn, where you shared the new statues of the lion. Why did you decide to install the lion statues on your campus? Walk us through that process.
I'm so glad you're asking, because so in 2019, we changed our mascot. We used to be the Community College of Philadelphia Colonials, and our students went to the president and said that this is not okay. Colonials should not be used, and they wanted a new mascot. And we went through an entire process of what should that be. Our main building at the college is called the Mint Building, and that's because it was the United States' third actual mint where they made money. And on the front doors of the Mint Building, there are huge lion knockers. So we already had these lion heads on the main building that is known by people in Philadelphia for the college. Then we also went to the students and went through the process of how did they feel about lions, and they really resonated with the things that lions stand for: bravery, courage, pride, and loyal. All of those words came from our students about how they would feel to be a lion. And, lions live in prides, which really fed into us being able to say, welcome to the pride, become a member of the pride, feel pride. It just felt, like it really would work for the college. In 2019, we launched this new mascot, the lion, at a huge outdoor event with a drum line, and we had other mascots from other colleges around come, and we announced that we are now the Community College of Philadelphia Lions and showed our new mascot. And it was at that time the most attended student event we had ever had, lots of excitement and energy. And so we really felt that the students were behind the lion. So when we came to this rebrand, we said, we just did this. We are keeping the lion. That's not something that's going to change. How can we incorporate it into the brand? And then we decided that having a statue of the lion would be a really great way to bring that in at the same time that we were doing the rebranding.
Does your lion have a name?
The actual mascot has a name. Their name is Rory. Rory is non-binary, and they go by they, them pronouns. But we consider all of us to be lions. So Rory is Rory, the mascot in the costume. The rest of us are part of the pride. We're all lions. The students are lions. The staff and faculty are lions. And there is a lot of pride and excitement. When we created the lions, the gear that we started selling in the bookstore was way more popular than obviously that word mark that had no logo. Students got really excited, and our athletics were really excited about it.
Yeah, that's great. When we think about environmental psychology and look at this experience and symbols like lions or the mascots or different environmental graphics, those things can actually influence the behavior of people, and it can actually create stronger ties to the institution and even more meaningful memories. But for someone who doesn't know about this field of environmental psychology, installation of those statues might seem trivial, and
Right.
they might not understand why you're spending the money on doing something like this. Hey, it's Maya Demishkevich. Element 451 is hosting the AI Engage Summit on October 29th and 30th. This free virtual event features many of your favorite Enrollify creators and will explore AI's impact on student engagement, enrollment marketing, and institutional success. Learn how to tap into AI to automate personalized outreach, improve your emails, streamline content creation, and boost campaign performance. Plus, hear directly from current students on how AI is influencing their engagement and campus life. The AI Engage Summit is your guide to understanding and amplifying AI at your school. Registration is free. Visit element451.com to save your spot. Now back to the show. So, how did you explain this maybe to your leadership, or if you were talking to a different institution who was thinking of doing something like this, why do you think it's a good idea and how can you justify this investment?
Yeah. So the interesting thing is we did a lot of student satisfaction surveys. Each year we survey the students. And one thing that kept coming up is that our students didn't feel like they were getting the same kind of college experience you'd get at a four-year school. They didn't feel like there was this campus environment, this excitement, this energy of being at a four-year school. A lot of four-year schools have statues, and especially near us, there's Penn State. They have a Nittany Valley lion, which is a mountain lion.
Mm-hmm.
And every current student, every prospective student takes their photo with this lion. It's posted everywhere. We see pictures of this all the time. And we thought this is something that we could add to our campus that could create some of this excitement and pride and school spirit. And, statues can actually influence mood, behavior. It increases student engagement. It reinforces that school spirit and pride. And mascot statues specifically can really do a wonder for branding image and sculpting long-term values in branding.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that's lasting. This lion that we're talking about, because people haven't seen it, is made of bronze. It weighs 800 pounds. It's 8 feet long and 6 feet tall. And we installed it flat into the hardscape so that students could interact with it. It wasn't up high on a pedestal. It's not separated from them. They can go right up to it. They can take photos with it. And these landmarks become representative of the culture of campus and a place where students come, and we basically have created a mascot-centered selfie station.
Mm-hmm.
So we are hoping that besides students taking photos and posting them and graduates hanging out by it and lots of events around it, that also maybe there are some traditions that are created. You hear about schools where they say, oh, well, if you touch the statue, you'll make it to graduation or you'll have
Mm-hmm.
good luck. There's been conversation on our team, like maybe we could have people like touch the mane for good luck.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also wondering, is it our decision what those traditions are, or could it be that we have to see what the students think of this? But we really believed and we really felt like the reason to spend the money on this, and in the scheme of the full branding, I would not say this was the most expensive thing that we did, but there's a price to having this large statue, but engagement is the main reason to do it. And having this permanent thing where students will come and hang out and take their photo and feel pride and
Right.
excitement.
Right. That is so exciting. It's almost like when people go to New York, they have to take a picture with the Statue of Liberty or the bull. Or if they go to West Virginia, they have to swing on the swing that says almost heaven. So it's like those icons, and now you have your own on your own campus. So that's
Right.
very exciting. I know those lions and the whole rebranding has created a sense of pride and belonging. How do you plan to sustain this excitement? Do you have any upcoming initiatives to continue this effort?
Yeah, definitely. So the lion actually was installed in June. We did it in a quiet month when, summer session, but wanted to start building excitement and energy right away. So we started with a selfie contest,
Mm-hmm.
take a photo with the lion, post it, tag us, be entered to win an Amazon gift card. So we started with that. On September 19th, now that school has begun, we are going to have a lion dedication ceremony on campus. We're hosting that event during one of the largest fall events that we have, which we call the Black and Gold Bash. It's a big outdoor event. It happens right in that same space where our lion is, and therefore we guarantee ourselves a very large student audience
Mm-hmm.
and opportunity to tell students, this is here, this is why it's here. We hope you will engage with it. Then, because the lion is located on the hardscape courtyard right outside of our student life building, our student center, and in front of our athletic center, which we now call the Lion's Den.
Mm-hmm.
So it is right in the center part of campus where we hold lots of events. All of the athletic activities that are happening, people are going right past into the gymnasium. And therefore, we expect that we will have future events and activities that are surrounding the lion.
Mm-hmm. I'm very curious to talk to you maybe in a year or so to see
Yeah.
if there were any traditions created that maybe emerged organically with the lions. So I'm very, very curious. So keep me posted.
I definitely will. I'm excited to see too. Like, I don't know how long it takes for those traditions
Yeah.
to happen, but I'm excited to see where our students will go with this.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, keep me posted and then I'll make sure to share it with our listeners as well. When you think about project like this, it's a significant investment and time and funding. How do you actually measure success? How do you know that what you did actually works?
Yeah, I know we live in a data-driven
Yeah.
society and everybody wants the numbers. This is not an initiative that is as measurable
Mm-hmm.
as some marketing. We will be looking at enrollment numbers. Currently, our enrollment for fall is up quite a bit since we rebranded. The rebranding happened in April,
Mm-hmm.
so right at the end, really, of spring term, and our fall numbers have grown quite significantly. So there was a huge campaign that went along with the new brand, a lot of advertising, and we will continue to look at enrollment numbers. But the main thing that we feel we can measure is engagement.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we see a lot of students posting photos with the lion on their social accounts, and do they tag us? Do we see students hanging out there? Are graduates going to take photos there? Do these traditions get created?
Mm-hmm.
All of these kinds of things are what we'll be looking at.
Right.
We mostly just want to see that there's engagement and hopefully those student surveys, we won't be seeing them say, no, they're not getting that 4-year experience. They will say there's campus life, there's energy, there's excitement. I feel like I'm part of something now
Mm-hmm.
that we've added the lion and other environmental graphics and branded spaces on campus. It's something that we're continuing to work on is how do you make the whole campus feel that brand and energy. So we will be looking for engagement as the main metric.
I think it's a fascinating story about the Lions and the rebranding process. Is there anything else you want to share? Maybe there is a piece of advice that you want to give to our listeners embarking on something like this?
I would say to try to think a little bit more holistically about your brand. What can you do to make students feel some excitement, some energy, not just, oh, it's in the marketing materials, but then they come to your campus and they don't feel that at all. For years, the last time we rebranded, the company changed our colors from blue and yellow to black and gold. But we never got full buy-in for that. So marketing was out in the world, marketing to students, using the black and gold. And you would come to our campus and everything you saw from day one, from balloons on orientation to anything on campus, was still blue and yellow. So you really need to think holistically. So maybe you don't have the money for an 800-pound lion. Maybe there's other things you could be doing. Like some of the things that we've looked at that are less expensive are large decals of your logo or your mascot that can go up on walls. We have just initiated new brand paint colors. So we're doing accent walls in some of our colors. I did a really cool, fun neon sign of the logo. It was not very expensive. Those out there that want to know where to buy that, just give me a shout out on my email and I'll be happy to share information. But there are things, and even we did put 2 smaller lions. We inside our Mint building, we have marble staircase that goes up to our boardroom. It's a very stately building, and there were 2 spots on either side, just like how you drive up to someone's estate and they have those lions, or like the New York Public Library, as you enter, they have those lions. We put 2 small lions, bronze lions, that we bought from the same company, and we installed those. They were much less expensive, but they're still like a cool thing to take your photo with. Think about things where students would engage with it, would want to take a photo. There's a lot of colleges that don't have a mascot, maybe creating a mascot, having a costume, having that mascot out at your events and activities so that students get the excitement of taking their picture with a mascot. Like, who doesn't love a mascot? I get a huge smile every time if I go to a sporting event and there's a mascot and, I get to interact with it. Or I went to a Dunkin' Donuts and there was a donut outside and I was super excited to interact with it. Students will be excited to interact with your mascot on your campus too. So there are ways to do this without having the hugest budget. And, if you can't get buy-in for something as big as an 800-pound lion, there are other things to do. But I think you have to start thinking about branding more holistically and what your environment says and what it shows students that they should be proud to be part of this community.
Right. I think this is a great advice, and I can't agree more. Even if you don't have a budget, start with something small and show the impact, show the engagement, and then potentially you can get more funding, more buy-in, and continue expanding and building on your brand on campus and the experience. Eve, I appreciate you taking the time to share this story and share your insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed talking with you about it.
I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it valuable. Let's keep this conversation going on LinkedIn at Maya Demishkevich. I would love to hear your thoughts, questions, and suggestions for what you'd like to see next on this podcast. Remember, by tuning in to The Hidden Gem, you're not just listening to a podcast, you are joining a movement of amplifying community colleges' success. Don't miss out. Subscribe to this podcast and notifications about our future episodes. Share it with your colleagues and college leaders to help make our colleges stand out. Together, let's make an impact. The Hidden Gem is part of the Enrollify podcast network. If you like this podcast, chances are you will like other Enrollify shows too. Our podcast network is growing by the month, and we've got a plethora of marketing, enrollment, and higher education technology shows that are jam-packed with stories, ideas, and frameworks, all designed to empower you to be a better higher ed professional. Our shows help higher ed marketers and admissions professionals find their next big idea and feature selection of the industry's best as your hosts. Learn from Jamie Hunt, Jenny Fowler, Eddie Francis, Brian Gross, and so many other of your favorite leaders in higher ed. Enrollify is made possible by Element 451, the leading AI-powered all-in-one student engagement platform helping institutions create meaningful, personalized, and engaging interactions with students. Learn more at element451.com.